Hi, everybody. This is Matthew Poes with Poes Acoustics. So I just got back recently from my trip out to Trinnov. So this was the grand opening of their U.S. headquarters new training facility. It includes a theater that they've actually built with the Officina Acoustica room from one of the prior CD events. Really nice room. It's got all the acoustics built into it. And they basically built a room to fit that into it so that people can hear what Trinnov can do. And people that sell, when I say people, primarily we're talking about integrators, being able to go in and learn the product and hear what it can really do and see how it works. It's a really good processor. I think everybody here understands already that I feel it is the best processor on the market. There's other good ones. I think the Storm is an excellent processor as well, but the Trinnov just has certain advantages that I've liked. And it's a company I've worked with now for a number of years. They treat me really well, which I appreciate. So they brought me out there along with a bunch of other people, and I'll just say it was great getting to see everybody. There was a whole lot of people that I've worked with now for years that I've actually never met because we work remotely to each other, and so I got to meet them in person. There's other people that like Arnaud, the CEO of the company. I've met him a couple of times, but he's somebody who's busy. He lives in Paris. I don't get to talk to him or see him all that often, so it was great to see him and spend some time. We're going to have a video coming where I interviewed him, and so that was really good. I got to see Chuck and I got to see John. So those of you who know Trinnov know who those guys are. I got to see Dave Pedigo and don't get to see him that often. So that was nice. But then I also got to see Peter Aylett, I saw him recently, but I like him a lot. We enjoy each other's company. So it was good to see him. I got to see Adam Pels, did a video with him as well that's going to post. I got to see a bunch of other folks. So I'm not going to name names or talk about specifics because that would not be appropriate, especially because nothing is definitive yet. But a number of companies or people who represented companies, people who represented companies there approached me about potential new opportunities. And so this video is more about the general idea of new opportunities for Poes Acoustics and where things are going. I joke with people constantly that I don't know what I want to do when I grow up anymore. You know, I had like a whole career as a researcher for a decade and did this as a hobby more. And then, I was always very good at it. I think a lot of you understand that I know a lot about this, but getting into it professionally with my own business like this is a different thing. And as I got into it, what I realized was there was many different directions that I could take it, and I wasn't really sure where I wanted to take the business. And so a lot of the first 2 years of my business has been chasing really paychecks, chasing opportunities that simply allowed enough immediate cash flow to ensure that I can support my family. But at some point, those are going to become regular enough that I have to pick and choose which opportunities I want to be a part of and pick a direction. And Peter Aylett has said to me multiple times, and I think he's right, that I really need to think about what my brand, what Matthew Poes is, and who I want to be and what I want to be and what direction I want to go. And I'll be honest in telling you that I don't know the answer to that right now. But I do know that there's certain aspects of this industry I love, and there's certain aspects of this industry that I don't love. So I really love designing and engineering kick-ass home theaters. And yes, I like working on the big projects because they're fun and they're challenging. To be clear, I like them not because they're expensive, but because bigger projects usually have much bigger engineering challenges, and so there's more fun stuff. Small projects can often kind of be a little bit cookie cutter, and you can get away with it, and that's not as much fun. But there are small projects where there are big challenges, and those are fun too. So it's not a money thing. I'm happy to work on any project, and I want everybody to have an opportunity to get the best home theater experience or even two-channel system experience they can get for their situation. And that actually in and of itself is a bit of a challenge sometimes. Like, how do you take a smaller budget in a very specific room that isn't conducive to good sound, like the one I'm in right now, and still get something that's pretty good? So, that's a part of a direction I want to go, but there's got to be more to it. Like, I don't know that I want to be an integrator. I think that that's a very difficult job. And I think those who are doing it, the reality is you need to be very good at business. And you need to have a good business mindset, and you have to be comfortable doing things that are a part of being a really good business. And I am the definition of an absent-minded professor. I lost my child's magic wand today in my back pocket. it was there for hours. And I ended up finding it because I turned around and it poked my arm, and I jumped because I thought like a bug hit me or something. I don't know what I thought, but something touched me that I didn't expect, and then realized it was the wand sitting in my back pocket. I lost my glasses on the top of my head. I lost a measurement microphone in my back pocket once too. I stuck it in there while I was doing something and then spent the better part of 30 minutes looking around the room trying to find my measurement microphone, and then sat down and it poked me and realized where it was. So I feel like that personality trait does not lend itself to necessarily being the president and CEO of a very large, high-functioning integration company, which doesn't mean I couldn't partner with companies like that do that. My role really is best at designing really cool home theaters and designing really cool sound rooms and addressing those big challenges and working with really cool teams. And that's what I want. And that's the part that I need to kind of figure out is, Peter refers to as a tribe. Who's my tribe? Who's going to be in my tribe? And what's that going to look like? And how am I going to move forward with that? So all I can say is I have no answers. I don't know what the future holds yet, but I'm going to keep exploring these new opportunities. And for all of those who have been approaching me with them, I just want to thank you. It's flattering to be in such high demand, and has been, I don't know how to describe it. Like very frequently, I just find myself saying, really? Me? You want me? It's sort of an imposter syndrome feeling, I guess, of just being surprised at how many companies that I respect or integration groups that I respect as being some of the best in the world are then coming to me and saying, hey, I really want to work with you. You're doing awesome stuff and you're really good. So I think that's going to be a key part of my future, is continuing to look for those opportunities. And like I said, you may see some changes in what happens, and there may be a shift in what I'm working on or how I'm doing it based on these opportunities. And I hope to share them with you. I've already shared before, and I want to just reiterate that I want to find ways to do this. I really like working with cool people, and I really like the idea of sharing with all of you those people and the things we do together. I think most people don't get to see what it takes to build, like I said, $1 million or even a $500 million home theater. It's just not the norm. And the way that I do it, I think, is so different from how many, I guess, do it, that you don't get to see. And I don't like that. I want you to see this. I want you to experience it. And so that's part of my goal too, is to find ways to share that with you. So I'll continue to try to do that. It's harder than you might realize. But anyway, so just a short video on that. I hope you found it interesting. Keep on watching. We got more coming. Thanks.